Alright, so today's the evening of day 31 with these two little red-tailed catfish. I'm going to unplug the pump here. We'll see how big these guys are after 31 days. Pretty big. They're growing pretty fast. I don't think this other one's in the handle. I think he's underneath here. Let's take a look. Woo! I think I scared him. No, they're both over there in the corner. All right, so I'm going to take this filter out because I don't want them hiding in the filter during feeding time. And this filter, you have to really drain it before you pull it out, otherwise it leaks all over the place. This is a great filter. I love it. It actually has a UV sterilizer built in. I'm guessing you probably have to change the bulb in the UV sterilizer at least once a year. Alright, so it's looking pretty clean, but I'm still going to clean up a little bit here with this net. Just spot clean, try to keep it as clean as possible. I just leaned against the wet from the filter. I'm soaked now. This catfish pond, the hot tub is so deep that I actually get my shirt wet when I reach down for the filter. It's pretty deep. This is actually 350 gallons. It's a pretty big thing here for these two catfish. All right, not a lot of foam today. It seems like I got a little bit of more of an oily layer on the top, which is weird. I don't know if it's like from the fish oil, from all the fish that I've been feeding. Not too much foam like we've been getting in the past. The catfish foam. Alright, so today we're going to start off with their favorite, beef liver. This has been really cheap. It's lasted a long time. Beef liver from the supermarket. So kind of break it up. Alright, so there you have it. I'm going to put this camera in an underwater housing. We'll do some underwater video. Alright, so today is the morning of day 32, and I'm going to do a water change. I've been doing a 50% water change once a week on these guys. So I pretty much do a 50% water change on all my aquariums. I have 2 more aquariums upstairs, and this one takes the longest, that's for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up this hose to that pump and pump the water out, which is pretty fast. It actually pumps really fast. Alright, so to connect my hose to the pump, I've actually still been using electrical tape. It's been working great, and people say electrical tape is a fish-safe tape. So as far as what I've seen, I've just been using it for the water change, then I take off the electrical tape. You know, for the most part, it's just on there temporarily. And then it has two little controllers. You move both of these over and it actually changes the flow from going up to going out, and you can pump it out really quick. All right, so that's pumping, I think it's like 1,300 gallons per hour. So you definitely don't want to pump a whole hour. You'll pump this thing completely dry, that's for sure. I've been pumping about 30 minutes to drain this. So I'm going to set my alarm here for 30 minutes. We'll see how far we are. I think last time it took about 35 minutes to go down below, just below these little plugs here on the side of the hot tub. All right, so I just realized this drained about halfway in half an hour. That means that pump is actually pumping out about 350 gallons an hour, which is interesting. It's actually advertised at over 1,000, so I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's from the head pressure, a little bit of head pressure. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm going to stop the pump and I'm going to start filling. All right, so I'm filling with this pocket hose, like a really flexible garden hose. And I'm going to fill it up for an hour. I think last time it took an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 or something like that. I'll come back and check on it after an hour. All right, so we have a minor flood. Actually had the hose straight. It was dripping down the hose. Minor flood, maybe half a gallon on the floor. Not too bad. All right, so this has been an hour. I think I'm going to fill it maybe 5 more minutes to bring it up just a little bit more. All right, so that was another 5 minutes. I think I want to bring it up another, just a little bit, 5 minutes. You can actually see at one point I actually had it all the way up to a few inches higher. The problem is if I get it too high, yeah, I really get my whole shirt wet when I pull that filter. All right, just a few more minutes, almost done. All right, so I'm gonna stop here. So check out this weird hose. This hose is really weird. I actually turned the water off up at the sink, and the water builds up pressure in the hose. And as the pressure releases, it looks like the water's still on. How weird is that? That's kind of like the weirdest hose ever. All right, so the only time I skip a feeding is after the water changes, so I'm not going to feed them. I'll let them get used to the water without a full belly. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.